Have interest rates got you panicked about buying a home? Get smart. Let me tell you a story about missing the market because of waiting. Susie had always been disciplined with her money. She clipped coupons, packed her lunch for work, skipped the upgrades on her phone, and took pride in her no-frills lifestyle. For 3 years, she had been renting a modest one-bedroom apartment just outside of Roswell, Georgia. It wasn't glamorous, but it was clean, quiet, and most importantly, affordable. Every month, she funneled a little more into her dream home account. Her goal? A 20% down payment on a tidy townhome. By spring, she had reached it. The spreadsheet confirmed it, the down payment, the closing cost, and even a buffer for minor repairs. She was ready. But the mortgage quotes she started receiving made her stomach drop. 7 1/8%, the lender said. That number echoed in her mind as she sat in her apartment scrolling through Zillow with disbelief. She had friends, college roommates, and co-workers who were locked in at 3 1/4%, 4% tops. "I'll wait," she told herself. "They'll come back down. They have to." Summer passed, fall came. She renewed her lease. Prices weren't falling much, but demand was slowing. Still, Susie stood still. She kept checking rates like someone checks a long-distance flight hoping for a last-minute deal. She read headlines: Fed holds steady, inflation sticky, no pivot yet. Meanwhile, her rent quietly crept up, her savings sidelined, losing purchase power through inflation. The home she could have bought last spring was now $35,000 more with multiple offers. One Sunday, while walking through Roswell's historic square, she passed a home for sale. An open house. Stepped in. It was nothing fancy, just a cozy cottage with a creaky floor and sunroom that felt like it belonged to a Southern novel. A young couple walked out as she walked in. "We locked in a 6 3/4 with a buy down," the woman whispered, smiling. "Not 2021 low, but better than renting." That night, Susie sat with her spreadsheet again. She realized she had been waiting on perfect, but the market didn't owe her perfect. It offered opportunity to those ready to act in the now. The next day, she called her lender back. "Run the numbers again," she said. "This time, include a 2-1 buy down and a refinance scenario for next year." She was done waiting. Are interest rates scaring you away from buying a home right now? Let's talk about what really matters and what you can do to rise above the fear. Yes, rates are higher than they were a couple of years ago, but perspective is everything. You're not just buying a rate, you're buying a home, a lifestyle, a wealth-building asset. Fear sells headlines, but fear doesn't build equity. Compared to where rates have been over the past 40 years, today's rates are still within a normal range. Rate isn't a one-size-fits-all number. It's based on how strong of a borrower you are. When someone calls and asks about the rate, I ask, "What rate do you want?" What your rate is will be what you qualify for. And isn't that what people mean when they ask that question? Rates are not a one-size-fits-all. Let's take a look at the influential factors. Here's credit score. Had a borrower with a 630 score. I couldn't get the loan he wanted with that score, so we worked together to get it over 700. The higher the score, the lower the rate. Aim for 740 and above, but even some modest improvements can make a difference. Your debt-to-income ratio. Lenders want to know that you can afford the payment. Less debt means better terms. Loan-to-value. The more money you put down, the safer the loan is for the lender because you have more skin in the game. That makes it less likely you're going to walk away in a crisis, so you get rewarded with better pricing. Instead of obsessing over the rate, ask what you can do to qualify for the best rate you can get. This is about strategy, not timing. You can always refinance later, but you can't rewind and get that property once it's gone. Want to know what rate you could qualify for today? I work with over 130 different lenders, and I specialize in finding solutions tailored to business owners, self-employed professionals, and savvy buyers who don't fit the traditional box. Let's talk. You have more control than you think. Send me an email or schedule a call to see what's possible for you. This is Sherry von Klitzing.